The end of the world as we know it is a fascinating movie concept. From nuclear war to natural disasters, these top 10 films depict the gradual demise of humanity in various ways. Explore the messages conveyed about humanity's place in the world as we look at what Reddit voted the best movies where the world slowly ends. According to one viewer, the film Melancholia left a lasting impression. The viewer describes the opening line, "It appeared from behind the sun," as ominous and notes that the film explores the gradual end of the world through one person's eyes in the first half and a realistic portrayal of hopelessness in the second half. According to one, the 1978 film Dawn of the Dead depicts a slowly deteriorating society as the zombie apocalypse unfolds. The film shows the gradual breakdown of society through TV broadcasts throughout the film, which spans several weeks in the film's universe. The individual also mentions that while the sequel is considered a post-apocalypse movie, the army is still present in that film. Testament is a film that depicts the slow demise of a minor, isolated community in the aftermath of a nuclear apocalypse. None of the bombs directly target the town, but the audience witnesses the secondary effects of radiation and the loss of an outside world to escape. One user warned that this film is not to watch if one is trying to brighten their day. Someone suggested that Children of Men provides an excellent representation of a slowly deteriorating world. They appreciated the film's ability to dispel the idea that a 1 to 3 hour film can't effectively convey the gradual deterioration of the world through its exposition on an already strong premise. However, they also expressed their dislike for movies that start from the beginning of an event or those that flash forward, as it takes them out of the film when things are not happening sequentially. This one is a post-apocalyptic science fiction horror film directed by Francis Lawrence and starring Will Smith, who plays the role of Robert Neville, a scientist who is seemingly the last human survivor in New York City after a virus has wiped out most of humanity. Based on the novel of the same name by Richard Matheson. I Am Legend explores themes of isolation, loss, and the struggle for survival in a world overrun by monstrous creatures. World War Z is a 2013 action horror film directed by Mark Forster and starring Brad Pitt as a former United Nations investigator tasked with finding the source of a global zombie outbreak. Based on Max Brooks' 2006 novel of the same name, it follows his journey as he travels worldwide to find a way to stop the pandemic and save humanity. 2012 is a disaster film thrill ride directed by Roland Emmerich and starring John Cusack and Chiwetel Ejiofor. The movie follows an author's desperate race to save his family and the world from a global cataclysm predicted by the ancient Mayans, featuring massive earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions threatening humanity's extinction. The Planet of the Apes trilogy is a science fiction film series starring Charlton Heston, Roddy McDowall, and Mark Wahlberg. The films follow a group of humans stranded on a planet ruled by intelligent apes and struggle to return to Earth and prevent the apes' takeover. Don't Look Up is a Netflix original film directed by Adam McKay, starring Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio. The film is a satirical comedy about two low-level astronomers who discover an asteroid on a collision course with Earth and must go on a media tour to try and warn the world about it before it's too late. Finally, Greenland is a 2020 disaster film directed by Rick Roman Waugh starring Gerard Butler, Morena Baccarin, and Roger Dale Floyd. The movie follows a family trying to survive a massive comet headed toward Earth while navigating a dangerous and panicked society. Source: Reddit. Who is one actress you can never stand watching, no matter their role? After polling the internet, these were the top voted actresses that people couldn't stand watching. 10 actresses people despise watching regardless of their role. We've all heard the famous adage that no publicity is bad publicity, and while it tends to be accurate, there are certainly exceptions. But what about those few stars who stay out of the limelight and get along without a hint of trouble? These 7 celebrities are genuinely good people. Have you ever known someone and thought you liked them, until you learned about their hobbies? Then you get to know them and then you're like, wow, red flag. Well, you're not alone. These 10 activities are an immediate red flag. Some celebrities definitely seem to enjoy the limelight and keep working to stay in the public eye, while others quickly move out of the spotlight. Many of these actors and actresses stepped out of the spotlight to live a more private life without constant media pressures. 10 Celebrities that made the big times then disappeared off the face of the earth. We've all been there, sitting through a movie that we can't help but cringe at, but somehow it still manages to hold a special place in our hearts. These 10 terrible movies are still people's favorites.